Arsenal leads the transfer race to sign the incredible £43 million striker. And Mikel Arteta may have finally found the new substitute for Granit Xhaka. Finally, Fabricio Romano brings the latest updates on the contract renewal of the team's big star. Discover all this and much more now with the latest Arsenal news. But before that, if you're also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to our channel right now to stay informed about everything happening behind the scenes of the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's get into today's key news. Arsenal look set to strengthen their attack in the summer transfer window, and are keeping a close eye on several players across Europe. Pedro, Neto and Nico Williams have been touted as targets, but given their poor injury records and expensive price tags, Arsenal may be better off looking elsewhere. Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams is a player that has emerged as someone Arsenal could target in recent months, and given that he has a £43 million release clause in the summer, he would come at a much lower cost than both Neto and Olise. However, there may now be a problem, as rivals Tottenham Hotspur have reportedly joined the long list of clubs interested in signing him. A report from insider Dean Jones has revealed that Spurs are now interested in the 21-year-old, alongside Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Barcelona and Real Madrid. This is a huge list of top clubs, indicating just how talented Williams is, and the incredible value his release clause limits his potential fee to. Williams has scored 5 and assisted 10 times in 24 appearances across all competitions this season, and was sensational as Athletic Club knocked Barcelona out of the Copa del Rey to reach the semi-finals of the competition. What makes Nico Williams suited to Arsenal? At 21, Williams would be a great long-term option, and he has already made 109 appearances for Athletic Club, meaning he could come in as yet another young but fairly experienced player under Mikel Arteta. He would add sheer pace and skill to the wings, and his ability to play on both sides makes him ideal cover for both Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. Williams has been described as incredible by his brother and teammate Iñaki Williams, and the talented Basque-born attacker is already a Spain international with 11 caps to his name. If Arsenal can beat the competition to his signature, he is arguably the best winger on the market they could target this summer, given his price tag, age, versatility and skill level. Williams has scored 17 and assisted 17 goals in 109 senior games, and has been one of the standout wingers in La Liga this season, helping Ernesto Valverde's side to within 3 points of the top 4, and are 90 minutes away from the Copa del Rey final, having beaten Atletico Madrid in the first leg of the semi on Wednesday. Arsenal can finally land true Granit Xhaka upgrade. Kren Thuram has now been mooted as an ideal transfer target for Arsenal to try to sign. Arsenal are known to be on the verge of a midfield rebuild. The likes of Thomas Partey, Georgino, and Mohamed Elneny could well all leave the Emirates Stadium behind this summer. However, it could be argued that the Gunners are still yet to adequately replace Granit Xhaka, who left the club in the most recent summer transfer window. After the Swiss midfielder's departure, Arsenal did sign Kai Havertz from Chelsea to take up Xhaka's place in the squad. However, the German ace played as a striker for the Blues, and has struggled to shine on a consistent basis when deployed in the left-8 midfield berth for Arsenal. Havertz has certainly failed to match the impact that Xhaka had on the team whilst playing in that position last season. As such, analyst Ben Mattinson has now urged Arsenal to seriously consider a swoop for Nice star Thuram. According to Mattinson, the 22-year-old would represent an upgrade on Xhaka, and is a perfect fit for Mikel Arteta's tactical setup. Who is Kren Thuram? The Frenchman is the brother of Marcus Thuram, who currently plies his trade for Inter Milan, and the son of the great Lilian Thuram, who helped France to a World Cup triumph in 1998. Like his brother and father, Kren Thuram has been capped at senior international level by France. Thuram has spent his entire club career to date in his home country, too, and has established himself as a key player for Nice in recent seasons. He has demonstrated that he can provide an impact at both ends of the pitch, and is a very complete all-round midfielder. Whilst he is defensively solid in the middle of the park, he has also been occasionally used in a more advanced role by Nice, reminiscent of the function that Xhaka served for Arsenal last season. As he boasts a blend of power, technical ability, pace, and guile, Thuram is well suited to operating in this part of the pitch. Havertz may have been intended as an upgrade on Xhaka, and may well still come good in that role. However, Havertz has recently shown promise as a striker for Arsenal. If he ends up leading the line for the Gunners on a more regular basis, that could create space for Thuram in Arteta's squad. Fabricio Romano confirms Georgino contract clause detail ahead of Arsenal decision. Arsenal star Georgino is currently a hugely popular figure following his performance against Liverpool on Sunday, but his future is still unclear. The 32-year-old is out of contract at the end of the season, but Arsenal have an option to extend his deal by a year. The Italian has been excellent at times this season, and Mikel Arteta is a huge fan of his. He was brought in for what was a massive game against Liverpool, and was the best player on the pitch as Arsenal fought their way back into the title race. Fabricio Romano has now confirmed that Georgino's extension clause in his contract can be activated any time between now and the end of the season. The option to extend Georgino's contract for one more year is still valid and it will be available until the end of the season for Arsenal, he posted on X. Mikel Arteta, really happy with his performances. Arsenal are reportedly yet to decide on whether to activate his extension, but given his excellent form, his value in the dressing room and Thomas Partey's continued injury woes, they should now look to keep him. Arsenal should aim to keep Georgino. Georgino is an exceptional leader within the dressing room, and this season he has shown himself to be one of the most reliable players in the squad. He is rarely ever injured, unlike Partey, and when he is selected to start, it is often as a one-off in games against more difficult opposition. Despite a lack of match rhythm, he plays with such intelligence and composure that he rarely ever looks out of place. He started on the bench for 2 games in a row before the Liverpool match, yet he came in and performed superbly with no extra adjustment time needed. Arsenal have been linked with several midfielders including Martin Zubimendi, but even if he arrives at the Emirates this summer, if Georgino is willing to stay as a backup, then Arsenal should trigger his extension. Partey could leave due to his injury issues, whilst Mohamed Elneny will be out of contract as well. It will be tough for Arsenal to find a backup as experienced and reliable as Georgino for a low fee, and he would be the perfect squad option for next season. The Italian may even use his time at the club to develop a potential coaching career, and was recently spotted coaching some of the Arsenal academy teams, highlighting how quickly he has gone above and beyond to integrate himself at the club since his arrival 12 months ago. Arsenal, not in title race. And to wrap up, we have Mark Lawrenson suggesting that Arsenal is not in the title race, despite the victory over Liverpool. Mark Lawrenson was speaking to Paddy Power. The title race is still just between Liverpool and Manchester City. It was a good result for Arsenal, but they're just lacking something, which is a striker. They can't nick a win on a bad day, and that's how you win the title. It's not by winning 4-0 against the lesser teams, it's when you're not playing well but you can still win. City are a bit different, but they still go behind in some games, like Brentford, and manage to come back to win the game. I don't think Arsenal have got that back. They get a bit panicky when they're chasing games and they're not particularly good at that. The top teams have this patience where they keep playing a certain way, knowing they'll get opportunities and often, they'll win games. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.